zone and some traps that we use out of the zone, both in the corner and out front, and then an automatic trap with the high post, with the center and the forward. Some years we use the zone 25% of the time, some years 50, some 75, some like this past year we probably used it about 80 or 90% of the time. The reason we use the zone is simple. We think that's the best way for us to win games, that particular game or year, whatever. Just to emphasize a few things, we've spent most of our first 4 weeks of practice in man-to-man, just like we're going to play man-to-man. So if you're all worried about, you want to play man-to-man, but maybe, it'll mess up your, if you play zone, it's going to it'll take away a little bit, but we only spend probably 10 minutes a day on our zone, and we spend the majority of the time on our man-to-man, because we're also trying to get our man-to-man offense ready. So really, we have our zone, we put it in the first week, 10 minutes, and then at the end of practice, we play full court anyway. So we'll mix up our defenses there and play some man. We may be using our press, and then we'll be using some zone. And the zone, I think, we don't play a matchup. We try to get out on the three-point shooters. Matchup was always too confusing for me to try to figure out who was guarding who. But in our zone, we do try to play the shooters. In the last 10 years of using the zone, we've been in the top 2 or 3 teams in field goal percentage defense against the three-point shot. So it means we're starting out with the theory we're going to try to take away the three. And that's opposite of what it used to be in the zone. When you played a zone, you just tried to protect the basket. So we don't have that philosophy. We're trying to play the three-point shooters because I feel that if you're going to play zone and you don't go aggressively after the three-point shooters, you're going to lose because there's enough guys that can shoot, even though people talk about teams can't shoot. There's enough guys that can shoot that if you give up that three-point shot, or make it too easy, you're going to have problems. We always try to take away at least one, their best shooter, or bother that guy as much as we can. And we just have a few very simple rules that I'll show you as we go along here. To just give you a couple things to start out with is, number one, we don't want to give up that three-point shot. Number two, our guards are responsible for keeping the ball out of the high post, which we'll show you how we do that. Our center, we always practice fronting the low post. Another, just a general rule, is on every pass, we want to get 5 people moving. I think the key to any zone defense is movement. Anybody that thinks that you're playing a zone and you're standing there protecting the basket, standing still, you don't have a good zone. You don't have a zone defense that's effective. Everybody must move. Everybody's got to be active. There's a lot of little advantages from playing zones over the years that I've come to see. But you can stop some teams that are very good offensively, man-to-man. You have a chance. You can play, not let them do what they do best. I think preparation, if you play a 2-3 zone, it's pretty easy to know what teams are going to do against you. There's not but so many things they can do. I'll try to walk through all that stuff today and show you our slides today and try to hopefully answer all the questions you might have. by the time we're done here about our zone. There's nothing magic about it. It's been good for us. And the basic reason, other reasons about playing zone defense, keep certain guys out of foul trouble, hide a bad defensive guy. There's a number of reasons that you can go into about playing zone. But the bottom line, the basic reason that we play it is we think it's going to give us the best chance to win. When we start out, and these guys are just exactly doing what anybody would do in a zone defense if you said, okay, 2-3 zone. All right? Now to get them in the right position, these two guys should be right here, and you should be able to touch hands. You don't have to hold hands, but you guys aren't that friendly, are you? Just so you can touch hands. You're responsible for any pass that would come in here right away. If they flash a pivot up, post guy comes up, that's your responsibility. The forwards, if you didn't tell them anything, this is the way they'd line up. This is the way you'd probably line your guys up. We don't line up that way. This forward's right here. The other forward's in the same spot. And the center's a little bit lower because he's thinking in terms of a lob pass situation if they come right down the court. These guys even be a little bit closer here. Now, we don't play the ball coming down the court. We're just going to look at it, fake at it. We're hopeful that we play a team that would come down and shoot this shot. We'd like to play that team without making any passes or doing anything. But our whole theory, one thing we're trying to do in our zone is to play these 3 perimeter players with our 2 guards and help from the forward. Help from the forward. So just to show you the simple movements of what we're trying to do, as the pass is made to the wing, the forward's just like coming up a little bit. As he's coming up, we're sliding over to bump back. As soon as he's coming, you're bumping back. You're taking the elbow. You're right here. The center is moving outside the lane. The forward drops a little bit wider, right there. And you're just taking a step right here in the lane. So that we made that first wing pass, and we should be in this position. Now, ideally, every time the ball comes to this wing position, this is how we're going to be. No matter how many times it's been passed or moved or whatever, this is where we want to get to. And we have to do it with the help of the forward. The first pass, it's pretty easy to get into this position. Now, anybody that knows anything about zone offense knows that, the more you move the ball, the more you move people, and make people think and defense move and react, the better opportunities you're going to have. But we'll just kind of go through what our slides are going to be. Step to the corner, postman, you come across in here, hit the corner. As soon as the ball's passed to the corner, we're going to aggressively play the ball. We're going to drop a little bit. You can drop a little bit now. And what we do in practice is we front the low post like this. You don't have to, but we start out fronting the low post, and you drop right here. You're in good position here. But we'd like to be in this alignment when the ball goes to the corner. And again, if you have a small center, then you're looking to front, come around the post player. If you have a big guy in there that's a good shot blocker, we may play behind and push him out. I don't like to do that because the thing that happens if you play behind and this guy catches the ball in the post area, he's a good passer, he's now got the option of getting the ball back to the wing, point guard, and making those passes that can hurt you anytime the ball comes in here. So we try to discourage that low post pass. And it's much easier in teaching the zone to start out front in the post and do that in practice, and then later say, okay, now we're going to play behind. The other way around is much more difficult. Pass is made out to the wing. We adjust. You're still here in the elbow, and you're just like this. Hand down. Doesn't matter if there's nobody here. This is your position. You're responsible for the shooter. So as the ball is passed back to the point, you're starting to move back. Now the center should be right back in position. You should be right back where you started. and this guard is trying to get back into here, the point that now this guard is responsible for a good shooter or penetration. If we don't think they're going to hurt us here, we'll stay a little bit flatter and be aware of somebody coming into the post area. As you're coming up, you're here, you're looking now to be aware of that. You're getting ready to start to go here if we don't think this guy's a shooter, and he's going to reverse the ball. Ball's reversed, walk slow, just go slow at first. We know there's a good shooter here. You got to come up baseline side. You always come up on baseline side, all right? And as you're coming here, you're bumping back in that passing lane. You're right here. Again, you never want to get down too low. You want to be right here with your foot down. There's a reason for that, because teams are going to try to screen us later. So we get here, we're fronting the post, you're there. Post can come across, front low. All right? This is just the slides to start practice. Now, the way we would start practice with this is we put 2 extra guys out here. Put another guy over in the corner, we put another guy in the post. So we'll have 7 when we start to teach this. Now we pass the ball to the corner, play the ball, we drop in now, you drop in. This is something you do now, you drop back here to help on the post area, open it up, front, you're right. You can actually ease a little bit off to that side because you've got help on the post area, all right, when the ball's here. Now, I'm showing you this, but about 50 to 60% of the time, when they throw the ball to the corner, we're going to trap the corner, so that we think we can eliminate what a lot of people try to do. And we'll walk through that, but I just want to get this basic movement for now, okay? Now, as the ball's passed back to the wing, ball here, you're now on the elbow again with your foot down. You're fronting. You're starting to get ready to move to play this guy. Now, what we would do in practice, reverse the ball. You've got penetration of the shot. You're getting to the high post area and then backing into here. Reverse the ball. Look down, bump. Okay? This is position good. To the wings and the forwards. Good. Bump, bump, bump. Post. Good. Ball. All right, back here. Good. Bump them, bump them, bump them. That's it. Good. That's good. Bring it back. Shooter. Good. 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 What we try to do in practice when we start this is to take at least 25 to 30 seconds and stay on defense. The hardest thing about a good zone defense is to be able to hold up after the 10 or 12 second mark. I think one of the biggest mistakes we make in coaching, and I know I make, and I made a lot when I was younger, is we tend to make 2 or 3 or 4 passes against zones and then try to get a shot up there. And that can be very deceptive because your defense hasn't really been worked enough. So we try very hard to spend 25 or 30 seconds moving the ball and just moving the ball to these positions. Then after we move the ball, we'll try to get the ball to the post or get it out. Then we'll start with dribble penetration and different things like that. You know, one thing I've always heard from coaches that don't play much zone is, well, I'm not sure whose fault it is. You know, and a man-to-man, I know this is this response to this. But in a zone, you can know it too. You can know it too. Who's not getting over here? Who's not covering the high post? Who's not being aware of ball reversals and coming up? And just to give you one of the first examples that we'll now do is, say we take the ball from here, we're playing the high post, we got a high post guy now, we got the low post, so we're in this area, that's it, you're just like that, you're in good position. Say we throw the skip pass, All right, hold it, just freeze, do it, bring it back again. Now watch, again, as we throw the skip pass. All right, ready? Everybody's playing defense. You're pretty live. Throw the skip pass. All right, whoa. Exactly what happens. Get the ball back again. Now this time, as you see the ball up above the head and you see it start to release, go, get it up, go! Okay? Now where are you going? Now where are you going? What are you doing every time the ball's in the wing? You're bumping them. So you're coming right here and you're bumping them back because we're trying to protect the short corner. Okay? But that's a huge thing. On the skip pass, when we make the skip pass now back across, you got to be moving. You got to be moving. If you're looking at it, it's too late. For argument's sake, we bring the ball to the wing. As we're coming over, they get the ball high post right here. Before you come on a high post. All right, a little bit higher just to get it. Now the ball gets in, we're bumping here. We were bumping over, so you're going here. You're late getting here, so you're like this. And they get a good offensive player in the high post. All right? Once the ball goes to the high post, the center is responsible. Turn and face the basket. You're right here. All right? Now, you're right where you should be, right in the low post area, and you're right here protecting the basket. Play the low post just for now. To take away the low post dump down. All right? You're right here. Now, what we're used to do is that the ball went to the post, we just attack them. Come on back. All right? But we found now that most teams that throw the ball to the post are looking for two things. They're looking for the dump down or they're looking for the weak side. Go ahead, outlet. Now, as you see that, you're going at them full speed from the baseline side. And you're trying to come to get them to bump down, and you're going right to the post, and you're going right to your low post guy. You're bumping back. You're right where you would be. You're right here. So when that ball goes into the post, the center is responsible, no matter when it goes there. So we get it back in here, we throw it again, cut in, come into the ball. Ball responsible. Now, he's got the low post on that side. You're right here. You see there's nobody down low, so this is the guy you got to be most concerned about. We're not going to attack the ball, we're going to float right here. You're right here. You're right here, and you're getting ready to go here. Now, so you step out. Now, if we're playing guys that like to put it on the floor, we're going to know that, and we're going to try to make it difficult, but if he puts it down, then this is the guard's responsibility right here. You're right there. All right? But mostly we're more concerned about that guy and playing this guy straight up. And this shot is not one that we mind that much. Any defense you play, man-to-man or zone, you're going to give up shots. Over the years of coaching this defense, this is one that we would most like to probably give up. It's a very difficult shot. When they take this shot, it's usually their 4-man or their 5-man shooting this shot. We usually have the center here, the forward here, so we're not in bad rebounding position. Block this guy out, force him out. To rebound the ball, whenever the shot goes up, say it goes up here and we're playing up, this guard comes back, you take that block area right there, right on the block, and you're right here. You're right here. You're starting to come back in to help on the long rebound, and we'd be in about this position if the shot goes up from the post. Now, you're always going to have problems with offensive rebounds, rebound against a zone. You know, that's a weak spot, but we're trying to get the guard back in to help us here, and we got the forward back in when the shot comes here. This is not a bad situation for us in terms of rebounding. A bad situation, if we don't shoot it here, we reverse the ball to the wing, we're coming up hard, we're starting to bump over, stay on the weak side, you roll down here, come here, and before we can cover this guy shoots the wing shot. Now you're coming right down the lane and you've got the weak side board. This is a dangerous situation. And what you can't do is you can't block out. Come on down. I can't move up here and try to block this guy out as a forward because I'm giving up the layup here. What I have to try to do is play this area here The center sees the shot goes up, you've got to get back to the middle as quick as you can. And we got to try to get two guys here, and the guard on this side is coming back to try to help us on this side. That's when the shot goes up from the weak side on ball reversal. We haven't covered it. That's the weak spot in terms of rebounding the basketball. Now, the other side of that coin is if they're reversing it, they're more likely to hurt us offensively if they're bringing post guys to the ball, high and low. So if he now takes it, we don't have that problem. Now, the weakness in our zone, generally, as the ball's reversed and we're worried about the wing shooter. This is their best shooter. All right? Our weak spot, you stay in the post, is this short corner right here. All right? This is the pass that we're most concerned about, and what we do is we trap this pass. So as the pass is made to the short corner, as soon as it's made, this forward knows he's turning. The center knows he's going to go trap the baseline. The key guy is right here. The weak side forward, you're rolling down, has got to get across the lane and get this pass. If he doesn't get here, we have no shot. He's got to get here. Guard fills in the weak side. This guard really kind of plugs in here. If he sees we've got a great trap, turn to the outside. This guy's coming to the ball, you might try to get that. But it's more of a defensive trap situation. All right? We know the short corner is a dangerous spot. We're really trying to get him to throw it back out, and if he does, I go back to get the ball. We come here. You're back now. You're back here in the middle. We're back where we should be. But we're going to trap that short corner in that situation. Now, say the ball skipped across, and before we can get there, we're coming up, we get the baseline drive. Before you even get there, go ahead, baseline. We get beat on the baseline, same rule. We're driving, the center's here, you're rotating down to trap, and you're coming across here, you're plugging that side, you're back here on the weak side. You're getting the big guy rolling, you won't be able to get him. You've got to come across and get this guy in this trap situation. So whether it's a drive or whether it's a pass to the short corner, we're looking to trap that ball there. All right? That's an automatic center forward trap. That's all right. Good, good, good. Bump, 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 bump. All right, hold up. Good. That is good rotation. They skipped it here, which will happen, but go ahead. What we had that time is we had two guys playing the ball. All right, you never can have two guys. As soon as you feel, we go bump. This guy should be saying bump. As soon as you hear him go bump, even if he's not quite there, you're going back. That way, we avoid having to trap. We'd like to avoid having to trap. We're forcing the middle. So when the pass comes to the wing here, as we come up to before the bump, we want him to go this way. We don't want to give up that baseline. We're going to get beat there. Sometimes that's why we have the trap. We didn't used to trap, and what we used to do, come up high. Come on up high before you throw it to the baseline. Throw it down to the base. We used to just try to hold off here until he could get back, and then play him like that. We used to do that. We sometimes do that if we think this guy's a center isn't going to make that shot, we may not trap. I may just stay right here. If he drives, then I just get in front. Then we'll trap. But if he stays there, we'll just hold position. But normally, the short corner guy, we always practice trapping that guy. The next thing we'll show is we're right here. They bring the ball to the corner just to discourage this. As soon as that pass is made, you're playing the ball aggressively, you're going down to trap. All right? Now, you're right here. You're right here. As soon as we go with the corner trap, as soon as the guard leaves, you're coming right here. All right? So you're cutting this lane. Low post. Usually it'll be a low post guy. The center never leaves the low post area. So if there's nobody here, you're still here. All right? And the hardest thing to do, and no matter, it looks like you can do it, but the hardest thing is for this guy to come into this lane right here. If the low post guy moves up into this area, you got to be very careful to see that this is going to happen, because what will happen if this guy sneaks behind you, if you're going up here, come on behind. Then we get this situation, which we don't want to give up a layup, what we're basically trying to do. So even though he moves up, you stay right about here, protecting the basket. You see him here, you can come around and get this guy here, if he's in the high post. We want to make him throw it out. We trap, you cut this lane, baseline side from the forward, front, and you're right there. That's it, perfect, right there. It looks like it's hard to get that weak side forward to get up into this area. Sometimes there's no high post guy here. Sometimes there is a high post guy. But normally they're going to be in some kind of alignment like this. All right? But we're going to try to trap that corner situation. There's two different traps. The ball comes to the forward from the wing right here. Ball comes to the forward. Now that bumps down. This is a guard forward trap. This is called. We don't have to do this. We call it. When the ball goes to the corner only, not in the wing, just to the corner, we trap, cut this lane here, this guy's here. That's different from the center forward, which is whenever they go short corner. Normally, you get one trap a time. Usually, say, all right, say we trap the corner, let's do the guard forward trap, come over here, and say they get it out. Say they get it out. There's probably a shot. I mean, it's probably going to be a shot. He's going to shoot it, or before we recover, they're going to go short corner there. Go ahead, short corner before we've all recovered. He's going to shoot it before we get there, you know, usually. I'll just show you one other quick trap. Take the ball out of bounds under the basket. What we try to do is leave this area open on the out of bounds. So if they do come here, as soon as they throw the ball here, we trap it right here. Now you'd step right here into this area in case they step that midpoint guy. You're right here, all right? And you'd be in the high post area. So you'll be like this, right about here. If they step the guy inbounds, you'd be right about there. Some teams step him in, some teams send him away. Then you can just front the low post and you'd be back to normal. But we try to trap the out of bounds play to get them. What happens a lot, take the ball back out of bounds, set back up defensively. Because we trap you here, what a lot of teams will do, they'll bring this guy down, they'll bring the point guard out here, go down a little bit, and they'll throw the ball all the way out just to get it inbounds and avoid the trap, which is fine. Because if we can defend everybody and not give up an inbounds basket, that's a pretty good strategy. Now take it back out again. We'll let this, we've had teams throw it all the way into the back court against us because they're thinking about this trap. What we will do is after a couple of those passes and we're in here in this position, we'll let this guy kind of look like he's here and then try to sneak and go get this pass. Okay, so you come and gamble on that one. All right, so we try to do that. We're looking at this mid-post area. That's probably the most dangerous. We don't want to let that happen. And we're trying to get this guy, go to the corner. A lot of times against our zone, they'll bring the shooter to the corner here. And that's my responsibility in this position. I'm kind of looking here, but I got my hand right here, discouraging this baseline pass. All right? But we line up like this. We try to invite the trap here in the corner. All right? So we got another weapon in our zone. As they're coming up the court, one other thing that we'll do, but this is something we're only going to do once in a while in our zone. It's not something we may use this once and a half, twice in a game. We might not use it at all. But every once in a while, if a team's made a substitution or something, a new point guard is coming up the court, we'll try to jump him just as he comes over half court with the two guards. As they move up, the two forwards move up into the wing area. So as he comes across, we're just trying to get this guy attack them. The one thing we don't want to do is don't let them split. You got to keep from splitting. You got to make them turn the other way. And we try to jump up and get this passing lane and that one. Now, they bring a guy to the high post. Now, if we have a mobile center, a guy that a smaller center that's quick, we may let him gamble in here and try, especially if he sees a good trap. May let him try to gamble and get this one time. If we have a shot blocker that we don't think can make that play, we let him throw the ball to the post, and it's really basically a 2-on-1. As soon as that happens, the forwards are coming back, the guards are coming back to the shooting areas, and I'm waiting to get ready to come up. As soon as I see I've got help here, I can come up and play this guy. This may be a post man. We may say, okay, go ahead and shoot that ball. See how they play the zone, just given what we have. The post guys can catch the ball. You can try to dribble, penetrate, make plays, and just see how we react, all right? Just use the basic rules. Good. That's good. Post. All right, good. That's good. We got it. Good. You can shoot here if you want. Good penetration. Good defense. Good defense from the center. Bump them. Good. Shooter. Trap. Ah, yeah. All right, good. Hold up. Good. That's good. That was good. We almost got there. That was good. See what we had? We had the ball go to the baseline, and we got that trap. We almost got the steal. That was good. All right, hold up. Time out. This will always happen. Where are we now? We're starting. Where are guards over there? Because he's thinking, I got to get a little head start here, which is, that's good thinking. But you don't want to give up that initial quick pass in there. So you're always starting in 10. All right? One more. Let's go. Good. Bump quicker. Good. All right, good. That's good. Let's try it again. Another. Shooter here. All right, good. Hold on. That's good. But this is good movement, and we're getting some different situations, but I'll just put in one situation that hurts us. We'll pass the ball to the wing. Okay? Big guy, you come right here. You're gonna screen. You're gonna be right here. Just gonna be right here. Just stay wide. You're gonna screen here. Take a step down. Take a step right there. Wide. Okay. As soon as this ball comes here, you're gonna go to the box on that side. The ball's here. Go ahead. We'll walk through it. You're going to the box. All right. The thing that can hurt us here is this. We got the defense over. We hit the point. Go ahead. Hit it back. Now, as soon as you get it, you're going to use this post screen right here. Go right in here. All right. Good. Now, all right. Good. The forward made the wrong decision, but that's all right. You did what you normally would do. All right. You come here. That's their best three-point shooter, though. We do this same thing, man-to-man or zone. We never help from this side. Whenever there's penetration here, we never help off this guy. We're right here. All right? Now, that hurts. Again, this puts us in a tough situation as he comes around there. Now, the center is responsible for the ball in the post, which means we're going to get hurt here. So what I'm going to tell you right now is if we get in this situation right here, just pack them up, you're going home. You ain't winning. So we got to correct this before it happens. Take it back to the point, take it back to the wing. All right, I'm this guard. I'm right here. I'm going to take your spot. Pass is made back. See the screen? I'm up here. I got to be up here. I got to beat that screen. Now, I can gamble. I can exaggerate. You're coming back here. I can exaggerate. I can go way over here. If he goes back, no problem. You got help right here. And if he comes back here and tries to hit there, we go up. They don't have the low post yet. We're okay. We just can't get beat here. We can't get beat to this screen side. All right? And we do get beat as much as we practice this, we get beat on it. But when you do, this guy's got the decision. Is this guy the three-point shooter? We've scouted this. We know we don't want him to shoot it. He's got to start to cheat out. If he's maybe not quite so good, we might have said, well, if we get beat here, we'll help back here. Then when the pass comes, you're going to. The other thing in that situation, go ahead, get in, hit the three-point shooter. Come here. I'm going to run at this guy, okay? I don't care if he goes by me. I'm running at the three-point shooter. We're not giving this shot up. Now, we're fortunate in some years because we've had 6'9" guys here. But other years, we have 6'5" guys, 6'4" guys here. The 6'4" guy, hopefully, is a little quicker. 6'9" guy's got that long wingspan. We'll try to block this. We block some of these shots. But we're going to gamble on this guy. Because as we gamble, if he goes here, come on, gamble, get beat. He goes here, we know we're coming to the center forward trap as he goes in. We know we're coming across because we're trapping that. And we're going to plug in here. So if we get beat here, baseline, we got this automatic. Bring it back here. Come at him from baseline side. Jump at him. Now we know he's going here. The guard's going to slide down here. This guard's already over here in this position. You're right here. So we know we got the help here, and now you just come back in. But we're going to try to gamble on that shooter, okay? On that three-point shooter. Now what we'll do now, and I don't know, these guys they may all be good shooters. I don't know. But what I'm going to do now, what we do in practice, what's your name? Rashawn? Rashawn's a great shooter. All right? He's a great shooter. We're going to play Rashawn's team. And in practice, if he gets a shot off, it's a three. Okay? If he gets a shot off, it's a three-point shot. All right? Bring the ball back here. So now we know we're not letting him shoot. So you've got to cheat up a little bit more. You've got to get over a little quicker. And when the ball goes there, if they skip it, you know you've got to get back out. You've got to still cover your responsibility, but you've got to get back out. All right? So let's play it now. Rashawn, you look for your shot if you can get it. In and out, whatever you want to do. Get him, good. Now bump him back, good. Good. Get up, good. All right, get the ball. All right, good. That's good. That's all right. And we may say, what we can try to do is try to take away their two best shooters. You know, that means we're probably going to have to give one guy a little bit more room. And there can be a team that we're going to play a guy that we don't fear at all. So when the wing guy here catches the ball, we don't come up. We stay right there. We start to bump over flat right here. You're right here. Now you're helping on the post. You can now help a little bit more if this guy's a real good shooter. We can play back here. And we'll also do this if we find a guy's missed two in a row. We're going back more. We'll back off. Late game situations, we may back off like this. We don't do it as much because I worry about the three-point shot. I just don't want to get beat by that shot. But we may do that. But we'll back it off a little bit in here so that we can get more pressure as the ball comes back here. You would now come up harder. And you're going to get the post area. And you're getting ready. You got to get up here to get this shooter. Okay? Good. Go reverse it. Got him. Now bump him. Good. Now you're going to get the shooter here. Go ahead. Yeah, back here. So you can't get it. You're flat there. You don't have to get back as much. Throw the ball back. Flat. Flatten it out. Take the post. Take the post. Yeah. And again, when you take the post, you take it just like this. Big. Big in here. All right? All right? All right, let's try it again. One more. Good. Baseline. Good. All right. All right, good. Hold on. This is good. That's what we want right here. We broke down, all right? Ball's here again. And our forward did what normally forwards do. As soon as he came by here, you were worried here, weren't you? That's what always happens. That's the guy you got to worry about. What I wanted to show, normally, if we get this reverse, this penetration down the lane, normally, you're looking there and you're looking here. Now, if this happened, they had a double post area, what I tell this guy is to make this guy be a player. We're going to cover here with the forward back in, but I can't run up here. And we do. We practice this in practice, not doing it. We say, all right, let's see him make it, or see him make a commitment to shoot it before we start to go. Now, as you see him in here, you're coming back here, and maybe I can get up here, and when he dumps it, you can get it. All right? But we make him make this in-between shot, rather than if we're out wide, we don't want to run up here like this and give the guy the dunk. And we work with our centers trying to get them back and forth. All right? And you also want to work on trying, if you don't have a shot blocker at center, to get in front and draw the charge in that situation if he's out of control at all. Good, 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 good. Ball. Good bump, good. Good, 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 that's good, good. Good. What we'll see a lot is on the first pass here, they'll slide this guy down here, forward goes in the lane, they'll screen right here. They'll try to screen this for the skip pass. All right, because that forward's got to be the one getting out here. All right, so go back in there again. So the forward, when he drops in, he can't quite go here. Ball's over here. He's got to kind of go on top, right here. So as that ball goes in the air, again, you got to be moving. You got to get outside, and you got to come up hard baseline if you can, so that he's going back that way because we got the guard coming to bump, and we don't want to get picked down there. Ball's back to the point. Another common mistake, our center, the ball comes back to the point, we're starting to cheat out, and our center doesn't get back into here. That opens up the direct pass here. Go ahead, direct pass there. Ball goes back. When the ball's back at the point, I got to be back here, and I've even got to be cheating a little bit because that's where the low post is, and he's coming back to cover me. All right, so the ball's here. We bumped over. Ball's reversed. Run the baseline guy as we're reversing. That's a shooter. Going here. Now, hold it. Bring the ball back. Bring the ball. Now what you have to think about is this. If they're doing this, that guy's probably their best shooter. Okay? Now, we have tried to put in their minds not to take the ball to the corner because we're going to trap it the first couple times in the game. So we're going to try to take this out of their minds. Now, teams that play us on a yearly basis, I'll be honest with you, never take the ball to the corner. Never. Because they're afraid of that trap. But say they do, we now have to think about, and this is just coverage. If these guys are both good shooters, I'm coming up here, but I know I got a guy coming here. As I'm coming up, I'm thinking, I've come up, he was ready to shoot. I've come up, he's kind of backed off. I know now he's probably going to pass. My partner's coming. I can start to go. Hey! Go at him. He can drive. I got help right here. Okay? So I can go at him, even though I'm covering kind of. I had one guy once that says, Coach, I can't play this guy. And yet, I said, you're right, you can't play here. He didn't play here anymore. There's some situations you got to cover two guys. If that's the shot they're going to get this possession, I'm all right. That's the best shot they're going to get. And this guy's in the low post here, and this guy's here because he passed it, and the point guy's there. How many guys they got rebounded? This little 6-foot guy over here. I like it. I like it. That's okay. But like I said earlier, they're going to get shots. We try to take away the shots they really want. And what hurts any zone, bring the ball back up, double low post area. Now we passed it a couple times, and we got this penetration in here. That's what hurts zones normally. But we're trying to be prepared for that because my forward knows I got a shooter here. Center knows he's got the low post. He's starting to come in here. You know, when we do get beat, we're chasing him, trying to get him. As he gets past the shooter, he's coming back, try to help. So it's a matter of, trying to cover up the areas of weakness. But these guys did an unbelievable job, I think, and again, learning this in 10 minutes of just getting the movements down. And there'll be that screen out here, that bothers us. A little screen on the baseline might bother us. But that's mostly what we see when we play this zone. And the hardest thing is rebounding. We had a very poor rebounding team this year because we were playing 2-3 men. When you have a power forward, which we didn't have, then your rebounding gets better. Now also, we try to run out of our zone, which makes people think a little bit about going hard to the boards with 3 or 4 guys, because we're going to try to immediately push it out. We get the ball right here. Say you get the weak side rebound. The 2-man knows he's running this lane. The 1-man comes right to the middle to get the ball, and the 3-man knows he's running here, so we're in good running position out of this. And especially if they're going hard to the board. It depends how good your rebounders are at the 5 and the 4 or 3 as to how much you let the guards either get out early or get ready to run rather than help. Some years we have to have everybody. Late in the game, we have 5 in. 5 stay in. Early in the game, we might gamble. And every once in a while, we'll get a guy that just has a good feel for the game and will sneak out. I'll just give you a little example. I don't want to run these guys too much, but we're now going to go down, right, and come back. And let's just see if we see a little difference in the defense when we come back. All right, so we're going to play this until we get a shot. And then we're going to go back. You guys will be on defense. Don't worry about it. You can just play the zone. Just do the best you can. Then we're going to come back before we stop. All right, here we go. Oh, that's good. Nice play. Nice play. Let's go. All right, good. Pass the ball. Look for your shot. All right. Let's finish. Let's go. Whoa, be careful. All right, we got a fast break, so we didn't see what. But once we've shown the defense, we're always going to go down and back. And then I'm going to stop and say, on the weak side rebound down there, we didn't cover the weak side board. We got beat on that board. And then I'm going to jump right out and say, okay, let's go. The thing I like in practice is to keep it going. It may be an error. We may lose some details. I don't know. But we want to keep it going. And I'm not going to stop and say, well, you didn't block this guy out or you gave up the base. It's going to be real quick, and then I'm out of there. And the only drill we do, if the ball's back here, 2 guards, when we break up in groups, all right, we have our 2 guards here. We have our 2 wing guys. Give me a post. Give me a high post, right? Any place you want. Pass the ball to the wing. All right, you got the ball. You got the high post. Don't let them get it. You try to get the ball. Same way I showed you, right here. All right, back to the point. You got the ball, but you're hesitating. You're getting back to here. All right, wing, cover, post. All right, back here. Try to dribble. Penetrate. Yeah. No, stop. Get it over there. cover. It's just high post. You only can play high. But we just do this for 2-3 minutes before, in the guards group during practice. I hope you've learned a couple things today that can give you a little insight into zone defense and can help you be a better coach and help your team win a few more games this season.